If you're thinking about buying the Logitech M705 because of its promise of a 3-year battery life and hyper-fast scrolling, hold on for a second. What if I told you there's more to this mouse than just smooth cursor control and tiny unifying receivers? But here's what surprised me. Despite glowing reviews about its battery life, this mouse has some quirks and problems that might make you think twice before clicking buy. Today, I'm diving deep into the honest truth behind the Logitech M705. What works, what doesn't, and who it's really for. And by the end, you'll know if this $29.99 mouse is a smart buy or a tech regret waiting to happen. Ready to get the full scoop that most reviewers won't tell you? Let's go. First off, let's talk about why the Logitech M705 is popular in the first place. Logitech claims up to 3 years of battery life from just 2 AA batteries. That's insane, right? Imagine never swapping batteries for 3 whole years. Their tiny Logitech unifying receiver allows you to connect up to 5 devices at once, perfect for people who hate clutter. Plus, it boasts hyperfast scrolling that lets you zoom through documents and web pages like a pro. Sounds like a dream mouse, especially if you're working from home or juggling multiple devices. And with a 4.5-star rating on Amazon, many seem to agree, or so it seems. But here's the twist. Users have reported inconsistent battery life, and some even say they had to change batteries way earlier than the 3-year mark. So what's going on? Are those reviews just fluffing reality, or is there something about how this mouse is designed that affects battery performance? I grabbed one to test myself, and while the sculpted ergonomic design felt comfy right out of the box, the battery life experience wasn't quite the fairy tale Logitech pitches. Now I know what you're thinking. Maybe your mileage may vary, but the more I dug, the more I realized this isn't just a random issue. It's a pattern. It turns out the hyperfast scrolling, which is usually a selling point, can actually be a battery drainer when overused. This leads to a shorter lifespan than promised, especially if you're the kind of user who scrolls aggressively through endless spreadsheets or YouTube comments. So if stealth scrolling made you think you can blitz through work effortlessly, be aware it might come at a small energy cost. Speaking of stealth buttons, the thumb button designed for quick back-and-forth navigation is nice, but it's also a double-edged sword. Customizable and handy, yes, but slightly awkward to get used to if you're right or left-handed symmetry sensitive. The Logitech M705 is built primarily for right-hand use, which could alienate lefties. Also, if your grip style happens to be claw or fingertip, the sculpted shape might not feel as natural or comfy during longer sessions, making your hand feel more cramped instead of supported. One more aha moment. The Logitech unifying receiver is incredibly convenient, leaving a tiny USB dongle in your laptop. However, it occasionally throws a fit with older PCs or certain Mac models running outdated operating systems, even though officially supported from Windows XP and Mac OS X 10.4 upwards. If your drivers aren't updated or if Bluetooth is spotty, expect some trouble syncing remotely. That's a snag that annoyed a few users enough to seek replacements. Alright, so far, the battery inconsistency, ergonomic quirks, and connectivity hiccups sound like a lot. But even at this price point, why not consider alternatives? Before you jump ship, let's peel back the layers further to see who the Logitech M705 is truly for. If you're a casual user, someone who checks emails, browses social media, and does light document work, the M705 can still be a solid pick. Its laser tracking offers very smooth cursor movements, delivering precision that's better than most basic mice. And if you hate constantly changing batteries, the extended battery life claim is definitely a plus when it holds true. Plus, the programmable buttons mean you can speed up your workflow, which office workers will appreciate. However, if you're a heavy user, maybe a gamer, graphic designer, or coder, and you rely on super high responsiveness or comfort from your mouse, this might not be your best bet. The awkward thumb button placement and the non-ambidextrous design could slow you down or cause discomfort over time. Plus, heavy scrolling and rapid clicking will drain those AA batteries faster than advertised, leading to frustration. One funny thing about the Logitech M705. It tries to be the Swiss Army knife of wireless mice, but ends up feeling like the knife with only half its tools. It's as if Logitech gave it a jet engine only to put it on a mouse body designed for cruising. That hyperfast scrolling feature can sometimes make your documents feel like they're on a roller coaster. Exciting maybe, but hard to control. So if you ever wanted your mouse to be a theme park ride, this one's for you. Especially worth mentioning, setup is surprisingly painless. You just plug in the unifying receiver and boom, your mouse is ready to dance across your screen. If you've ever wrestled with Bluetooth pairing, this is a relief. Plus, the included personalization software lets you customize the button functions easily. But remember, the software is Windows and Mac exclusive. Linux folks, you're out of luck here. Now here's a joke for you. Why did the mouse get a job? Because it wanted to click with more people. Okay, bad tech humor aside, the core appeal of the Logitech M705 is convenience balanced with decent performance, but it's not perfect. Before we move on to the final verdict, let's talk durability. The device feels well constructed with solid plastic and a matte finish that doesn't show fingerprints easily. That stealth thumb button adds a nice touch of flair without looking like it belongs on a spaceship. However, some users mention the side buttons sometimes become mushy after months of use, causing missed clicks and slower reactions. If your mouse dies on you suddenly because of this, you might feel this mouse was more like an expensive potato. Speaking of upgrades, Logitech offers personalizer software that makes button programming a breeze, but it's nothing revolutionary, mainly useful for the 3 thumb buttons to jump between applications or web pages. For productivity, that's a time saver, but if you were imagining macros for gaming or heavy editing tasks, you'll be disappointed. Here's another question to chew on. Is the 3-year battery life really a game changer, or is it marketing magic? After testing, I'd say it depends heavily on your usage pattern. If you scroll a lot, customize every button and keep the mouse on constantly, expect to replace batteries much sooner. But with normal, light to medium use, it could very well last years, so it's not a total miss. Time for another joke. Why don't mice ever use smartphones? Because they're too clicky. Alright, I'll stop now. So let's recap the big takeaways. The Logitech M705 is an affordable, feature-packed mouse offering great battery life claims, solid ergonomics for right-handed users, and convenient multi-device connectivity through the unifying receiver. But it has caveats: inconsistent battery life in real-world heavy use, thumb button placement that may not suit everyone, and occasional connection quirks. It's perfect if you want a no-fuss, reliable mouse for everyday office or home use without breaking the bank. However, if you want precision gaming, ambidextrous design, or a mouse that handles marathon sessions comfortably, you might want to explore other options. The good news: despite these flaws, the Logitech M705 delivers real value for under $30, and most users will probably find it meets their needs well enough. Plus, the fact that you can add up to 5 compatible Logitech devices to the same unifying receiver reduces desktop clutter like a boss. That feature alone makes it worthy for multi-device users. In conclusion, don't let mixed reviews scare you off entirely if your mouse needs are basic to moderate. You'll love the ease of setup, decent tracking, and that almost mythical battery life when you're not pushing it to the limit. But if you want the absolute best in comfort or responsiveness, or you're a heavy scroller clicking like your life depends on it, maybe keep looking. And hey, if you want to grab the Logitech M705 at its best Amazon price, which can fluctuate super fast, check out the link in the description below. Don't wait around if you're convinced, because these deals don't stick around forever. Whether you decide it's the mouse for you or not, At least now you've got an honest peek behind the marketing curtain. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more tech reviews that cut through the noise, and share your experience with the Logitech M705 in the comments. Have you faced any issues or surprises? Let's chat down below. Until next time, may your clicks be smooth and your batteries last forever.